Hey everyone, Kristen from Wild Birds Unlimited here, and I wanted to show you something kind of gross, kind of cool, I think it's cool, that I found here in my yard. So I am in a section of our driveway that has a lot of red pine, there's a lot of cedar, there's a lot of white pine, and so we get a lot of great horned owls in this area. This past fall, we definitely had 4 great horned owls because we could hear the parents calling back and forth, and eventually we heard the young ones screaming at night back and forth to each other and to mom and dad. So we get a lot of great horned owls in this section of our property, and I just found an owl pellet. Pretty cool. So an owl pellet, if you don't know, it's probably not what you think it is. You're probably grossed out that I'm touching it, but don't worry, I'll wash my hands. It's all good. Nothing that a little soap and water can't cure. But an owl pellet is not something that comes out of the rear end of the animal. It actually comes out of their mouth. So birds of prey, such as owls, they can't digest when they eat prey like voles and mice and other small furry creatures. They can't actually eat and digest that fur and bones that are in those animals. And of course they eat them whole. They don't have any teeth. They're not breaking them down with teeth. They're not chewing them. They eat the animals whole, and then they have organs inside their body that grind up their prey and take away the fur and the bones and package it up in this nice neat little bundle called a pellet. And then they open their mouth and the pellet comes out. It's pretty cool if you get to see that. It's a really neat experience. And actually, if you Google owl pellet or owl spitting out pellet or something of that nature, I'm sure there's a picture out there somewhere that's going to show you exactly what this looks like on its way out. So they kind of cough it up and then it falls on the ground. And a really good way to know if there are owls in your area is if you're looking at the bottom, especially around pine trees, and you see things like whitewash or pellets. And so I'm going to break this pellet apart a little bit and show you what's in it. You can definitely see the fur there, kind of all packed in. But as you break it apart, you should be able to find bones like jaw bones and leg bones and all kinds of stuff to be able to tell you what animal it was that this owl ate. I used to do it with kids all the time when I taught outdoor ed, and it's a lot of fun. And it's kind of icky for the kids too. They get the kind of gross factor, so they really enjoy doing it. So I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to show you what this owl pellet looks like up close. So I've broken the owl pellet apart and it is huge. I'm actually kind of shocked at how big this owl pellet actually is. It's almost the size of my entire hand. I'm used to finding ones that are a lot smaller than this and ones with more bones. This is actually mostly fur, which is kind of crazy. And there's a few little jaw bones in there from some rodents. So this could be from multiple meals or it could be from one big meal. My guess is just due to the size of the length of the fur in here that this is probably more than one meal, but I can't get over how big this pellet is. This is definitely, my guess is a great horned owl pellet. They are big owls, they eat big prey, and they leave behind big pellets. So, and this is really fresh too. This has not, I don't believe was packed under the snow. I think this is within a very short period of time. It's pretty recent. It still feels wet and it was very intact. Normally if it's under snow, when you find pellets, they're smushy. And this one was still looking like a pellet. So my guess is it's pretty fresh. In terms of what it was eating, you can definitely see a little jawbone there from what looks like some kind of a small mammal, a rodent perhaps. And this long fur here kind of reminds me a little bit of rabbit fur. So I'm not sure if this owl got perhaps a small rabbit or a small squirrel perhaps. It kind of looks like rabbit fur to me a little bit, but they eat big prey. I mean, great horned owls, I believe, have been known to eat skunks, which is pretty crazy. So if anyone's gonna eat a mammal of this size and leave behind a big pellet, it's definitely a great horned owl. So pretty cool. There you go. Owl pellets. Look for them under trees. Great way to teach kids about nature and the local ecosystem and the predator-prey relationship. So very cool find on a winter day. That's it for now. Take care. Thanks for watching.